Hey guys, welcome to today's video and welcome to another episode of Vlogmas. We are here today to do a tag video. This is the high-end makeup tag. It was created a few years ago, I believe, by Kelly Gooch, so I am going to have Kelly's original video listed down below. And if you're just tuning into my Vlogmas, I am only doing a week of Vlogmas. I'm going to upload every day from now through Christmas, but each day I am doing my videos as a collab. So we will have a surprise collaborator on this video as well. If you are new here, hello and welcome. My name is Kelly and I love all things makeup and beauty. I love talking, I love makeup, I love talking about makeup. So if you'd like to chat about makeup too, I would love to have you subscribe and be part of the K-Bella fam. But why don't we go ahead and jump into the video. Before we start with the actual tag, my collaborator today is my beautiful friend Molly from Makeup Molly, so I'm going to have her channel and her video listed down below. I have collaborated with Molly before. I have talked about Molly before. We are both from Michigan, although I live in Texas now, so that's originally how we connected, being from Michigan, and we're both into the Bachelor franchise. So if you're a Bachelor watcher, let us know down below. But Molly and I are not just friends in the YouTube space, but we are friends out of YouTube as well. We're both kind of in the same stage of life with two young kids, and she got me this beautiful mama necklace for my birthday, so I knew when I was doing a week of collabs that I had to collab with Molly, and I thought this would be a fun one because I don't believe either one of us has done this tag before. I will have the tag questions listed down below so that you can play along if you'd like, but why don't we go ahead and get started. Okay, so question number one is, if you could use only one high-end brand, what would it be? And this one, I feel like I knew pretty instantly. It's a brand that is a little closer to the luxury realm than high-end, but I have several products from them. I love everything that I have from them, and it's the brand Charlotte Tilbury. I have a ton of Charlotte Tilbury products. I have lipsticks, I have the beautifying face palette, I have a bronzer, I have the foundation here, I have the, what is it called? I wanted to say Shade and Light palette, but that's Kat Von D or KVD. It's the face sculpt and highlighter duo, whatever that is called. I have that as well. And I just feel like Charlotte Tilbury products, they apply nicely. They're very beautifully packaged. Like, they definitely look luxurious, but they go on nicely. They're long lasting. They feel very comfortable on the skin. I'm wearing this face palette and bronzer today. I don't have one of the lips on or the foundation, but I just feel like her products work well. They work nicely. They are a little bit closer to the luxury end price-wise, like I said, but I love the brand so much. I do have a couple of her eyeshadow palettes, and her eyeshadow formula is not my favorite, but if we had to narrow it down to me only using one brand, I'm gonna go with my girl Charlotte. The next two took me a little bit longer to think of. So question number two, what is the most underrated high-end brand? So there wasn't a brand that came to mind immediately, but looking in my collection, looking at what I have, kind of scoping out the high-end brands that you can find at Sephora, I decided a brand that I feel like is great quality, but underrated in the sense that I don't really hear many people talk about them, are Dominique Cosmetics. Dominique Cosmetics was created by Kristen Dominique here on YouTube. I have a couple of her palettes. I have the Latte 1 and the Latte 2, and I think she's discontinuing the Latte collection, but she has several eyeshadow palettes, but I never really heard her lipsticks take off. And the lipsticks really are amazing in my opinion. I love this shade right here in Pretty Natural. It's like the perfect go-to nude for me. I'm someone who doesn't want a nude that's going to pull like very orange because of my red hair. I really want a nude that is just like a natural nude shade. I do love pinky nudes, but this one, it's not a pinky nude, it's not a peachy nude, it's just a nude. It's very, very comfortable on the lips, very nice and like long wearing for a bullet lipstick. It doesn't like fade super easily. Of course, if you're eating and drinking, it's going to, but I love the quality of her eyeshadows as well. I think they're absolutely amazing. Her shimmers are great. Her mattes blend super creamy, and I just feel like nobody really talks about this brand, you know? I mean, especially for her being a YouTube content creator, and that's kind of where she got her start. I would expect more people to talk about her, but they don't, and I really love the brand. I do have to apologize for the lighting as well. I typically use my ring light and natural light as well, but it's very like rainy and dreary here in Texas today. So we don't have a lot of good light to work with. Now, number 3, what's the most overrated high-end brand? This is another one where a ton of brands didn't come to mind. Like, I was looking at the Sephora website to kind of look at different brands, looking at my collection, and I felt like if I picked a brand in this category, I would just be picking a brand to pick one. Like Anastasia Beverly Hills crossed my mind, but I do love a ton of her eyeshadow palettes and I love her brow products. So I was like, you know, it's a brand that you hear talked about often, but I do feel like her products are worth it and I love her products. So then I thought about maybe Benefit Cosmetics, but I really do like the boxed blushes, even though I think the packaging is annoying. So I really feel like their products are good quality. So I don't really have anything for overrated brands. I would love to know your thoughts in the comments down below. Like, what is a brand that you feel like is raved about or talked about in the YouTube space that you feel like is overrated, like it's not really worth it? I feel like maybe I consume too much beauty content that I just, in thinking about different brands, I was finding reasons why I love those brands. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and skip this one, but I'm interested to hear what Molly has to say. Number 4, what is your favorite high-end product under $50? Now, I wish that I had this one to show you, but I actually left it at work. I film on the weekends and I'm filming over my Thanksgiving break since I'm a teacher, so I don't actually have it with me since I accidentally left it, but I'm gonna have to say the Charlotte Tilbury lip liner in Iconic Nude. I wanna say it's like $22 or $24, something in the $20 range, which I feel like is expensive for a lip liner. I mean, let's be real, it's a lip liner. Some people don't even wear lip liners, but I feel like it's such good quality, and specifically the shade Iconic Nude, because I can wear it with any lipstick shade, with pinks, with nudes, with bright colors, with reds. It really looks nice underneath any lipstick. It's also very creamy, but it's not so creamy that it like spreads outside of the lip lines. Like, it really stays where I place it and it looks very nice. So I definitely have to go with Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude. I feel like a lip liner isn't the most exciting pick for this category, but it's definitely one that is a staple in my collection, which is why I don't have it with me right now. Number 5, what is a hidden gem from the high-end category that no one talks about? I feel like I don't hear a ton of people talk about this. I know there are a couple people who really enjoy this product, but I love it. I absolutely love the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dewdrops. This can be used several ways. It can be part of your skincare routine. You can mix it in with foundation. You can use it as a primer. I typically use it as a primer. So I'll go in with my skincare, put my sunscreen on, and then before I apply my foundation, I take a couple pumps of this and put it all over my face. I do have dry skin, but niacinamide is brightening. So I feel like it's hydrating for my skin. It's brightening. It gives my skin like a nice, healthy glow. I feel like my skin looks very healthy and glowy right now. I use this every single day as a primer. It's a product that I have repurchased and I just love it so much. And I feel like I don't really hear too many people talk about it, but it's a great product. Number 6, what is your favorite high-end foundation? This is one that probably would change depending on when I filmed this video, but this foundation came out this year and I just really love it at the moment. This is the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. I have the shade L for DeVille. I really, really love this foundation because, again, I have dry skin, so I don't want something that's like a flat matte, but sometimes, especially in the summer in Texas, if I have a foundation that's too glowy and dewy, I can look a little bit greasy. This is nice because it gives me a nice satin finish. It's like very skin-like. The shade L4 matches me perfectly. So it's just one, it's seamless, it's effortless, it's comfortable on the skin, it's long wearing, it's a great shade, and I just love the way that it makes my face look. Number 7, what products do you tend to buy more at the high-end price point? So I have to be completely transparent and say pretty much everything. I feel like the majority of my collection is high-end. I just prefer to shop at Sephora. I prefer high-end brands. But if I were going to try out something from the drugstore, it would be something like a blush or a bronzer or mascaras. I love drugstore mascaras. So when we're thinking about products that I would purchase at the high-end price point, for me, it's gonna be complexion products. It's gonna be my primers. It's going to be my foundations. It's going to be my concealers, the base products. Because I feel like when your base looks off, the rest of you looks off. you know? And so I feel like if I can get a nice seamless base, then it doesn't really matter what lip I wear. It doesn't really matter what mascara I'm using. It doesn't really matter what my blush is. I just like a nice seamless base. And so I actually don't have any affordable options in the face and complexion category, so I'd have to say that's the one. Number 8, what high-end brand do you think is overpriced? Again, this is in the luxury range, but I understand what I'm about to say. You're paying for the name. Okay, I get it. I understand. But I still think Tom Ford is overpriced, okay? This foundation, I did get it on sale, but it's $89. And look, I haven't really even used that much of it. I don't even know if it's good anymore. It wasn't the best shade match for me, so I was having to mix it in with other foundations. And then this lipstick. This is the lipstick that I wanted forever. It's in the shade Blush Nude. I absolutely love this shade. I love the lipstick formula. I love the shade. It's a beautiful pinky nude. But at the end of the day, it's like $52 or $54. So, I mean, when you pay for Tom Ford, I get it. I get it. I get it. I'm paying for the name. I understand. But look at this lipstick next to the Dominique Cosmetics one. Other than the shade being different, they both have a little bit of a satin finish. They both are very comfortable on the lips. They both are pretty long-lasting for a bullet lipstick. Like, you can't really tell the difference other than the shade. But like, this is gonna be over $50. This foundation is going to be almost $90. Like, it's ridiculous. So I understand you're paying for the Tom Ford name, but I still think it's overpriced. Number 9, what's your favorite high-end limited edition product? This is another one where I didn't really have anything to say for it. I was looking through my collection, and I mean, I do have some limited edition products, but none that I would say I feel like are absolute like staples, and there weren't any products that came to mind that I missed out on or that I didn't pick up. I feel like with limited edition, because I'm so like encompassed in the beauty community and I'm always consuming beauty content on Instagram, on YouTube, whatever, I feel like I'm always like learning about the new, like what's new right now, what's hot right now. And so because I'm always consuming the new products, sometimes I don't think about the products that have come and gone, if that makes sense. So in order for me to think of limited edition products, I would probably have to go back and like watch older videos. And again, I just felt like if I'm having to search for an answer, maybe it's just better not to say anything. So for that one, I am leaving it blank, but if you have a limited edition product that you absolutely love, that you like had to buy backups of because you were afraid that they were gonna be discontinued and you weren't gonna be able to get your hands on it, I would love to know down below. Number 10 was an easy one for me. What's the best high-end eyeshadow formula? And for me, I had to go with Natasha Denona. Natasha Denona is the brand that I have the most eyeshadow palettes from. I just love the quality. These are the midi palettes. The midi palettes I think are like $67 or $69. They were just raised in price a little bit. They also have minis, and I just feel like the quality is amazing. The mattes are super creamy and blendable. They have beautiful, beautiful shimmer shades. They really pack a punch. You get a nice mirror here. The other cool thing about these palettes is that on the back, you can take like a little pin and kind of poke the eyeshadow palettes out and like make your own palette or rearrange the shades or mix and match palettes. And I just really enjoy the shimmer formula. Like that really does it for me. I even love her cream to mattes, and she even had a duochrome, this shade Vision. She added the duochrome shade Vision in her palette. This one is the My Dream palette. It's just a favorite. It's just a favorite. These are the palettes that I reach for time and time again. If I have a special event, a wedding, something that I'm going to, these are the palettes I'm gonna bring. The next one was, what is the worst high-end eyeshadow formula? And I don't really know if this is fair because I've only tried one eyeshadow palette from the brand, but it was definitely horrible. And it is from Give Beauty. This is in the shade Danger Zone. I was gifted this from my husband. He went to New York and he went into the Sephora on, I think it was in Manhattan, maybe he wanted to Saks Fifth Avenue, I don't remember. But he went into store and he picked this up for me, and I tried it and it was horrible. It was horrible. First of all, this black has specks of glitter in it, so I thought it was gonna be a shimmery black shade. Totally translated just a flat matte. It was very patchy on the eyes, and then it didn't stay. Like, I put my eyeshadow on, I filmed a video, and then I was going out with girlfriends, and by the time the video was done, the eyeshadow was like off of my eye. Like, it was no longer there. And so I don't reach for this. I don't feel like the quality is very good. Again, I don't know if this is necessarily a fair comparison because I only tried one eyeshadow palette from her brand, but I'm not gonna purchase more. Number 12, what's one high-end brand that you used to love but you aren't crazy about anymore? And I would have to say Urban Decay. It's not that I don't like Urban Decay, but I'm thinking back to Urban Decay in the height of the Naked palettes. I had the Naked original and I loved it at the time. I thought it was amazing. I was crazy over it, but now having tried different formulas of eyeshadows, I'm like, well, you know, the Nakeds aren't the best quality out there. It's not horrible by any means, but it's not the best quality of eyeshadow there is. I also used to love the Urban Decay Naked Skin Foundation, not to be confused with Stay Naked, but the Naked Skin Foundation. They discontinued that one, so I guess, I mean, I don't think it was supposed to be limited edition, but that could be one that I could say was discontinued that I really loved. That foundation was a staple for me. I went through several. I went through the Naked Skin Concealer, but they got rid of that and brought the Stay Naked, and I don't love the Stay Naked line. I don't think it's as good as the Naked Skin. And then, you know, I feel like Urban Decay, I don't really hear too much from them anymore. Like, they used to be everywhere. You used to not be able to miss them. And I mean, they still come out with Naked palettes here and there, but I just feel like my love for Urban Decay isn't there like it used to be. I still like their products. I don't think they're bad. I don't dislike them by any means, but I don't think I'm as obsessed as I was. Number 13, what high-end product did you not expect to like but totally wowed you? And I have to say, it was by Tatcha. It was the Tatcha, the Liquid Silk Canvas. So I had a solid that I went through and I really enjoyed, and then I got a sample of the liquid. I use it every single day. I went out and purchased another smaller size because I have so many makeup products, but I like to use them up, so I'm into a mini. It's not that I thought this was going to be bad, but this is marketed as like a smoothing primer or a pore filling primer, and typically primers that are pore filling or are smoothing are not hydrating enough for my dry skin. They tend to just kind of sit on top of my skin. I feel like it doesn't absorb in. So I wasn't really expecting great things. Although I love the brand Tatcha, I didn't expect this product to be as good as it is. So I would normally, not normally, every time I do my makeup, I go in first with my Glow Recipe Niacinamide Dewdrops. I put that all over the face. I give that a second to sink in, and then I get out my Tatcha Liquid Silk Canvas and I just put it where my pores are larger right here and on my forehead where I have forehead wrinkles. And I feel like it just does an amazing job of like smoothing and making everything look hydrated without actually drying out my skin or being uncomfortable, if that makes sense. Number 14, what is your favorite high-end eyeshadow palette right now? If I had to pick a favorite right now, again, this is one of the ones like the foundation where I feel like it could change with the day. You never know, it could change with the day, but as of today, as of right now, I would have to go with the Natasha Denona My Dream palette. I love the color story in here. I feel like you have a nice variety. I really enjoy this shade Serenity. I really like this duochrome shade. Spontaneous is a great inner corner shade. The mattes are super creamy and blendable. It's just a color story that really speaks to me that I really enjoyed. And before I had this one, it still would have been a Natasha Denona eyeshadow palette for me. It just would have been this one right here, the retro palette. This was what I was using a ton beforehand. Again, I love the shade Jude. I love Helio. I feel like Psychedelic is a bright, beautiful pop. I liked this Patty shade. The mattes were super creamy and blendable. Like I said, this is my favorite formula, but also the color stories that Natasha Denona come out with just really speak to my heart as well. But that is going to do it for the high-end makeup tag. I would like to say a special thank you to my friend Molly for collaborating with me on this video. If you came over from Molly's channel, hello, welcome, thank you for watching. I'm Kelly. I didn't really introduce myself other than my normal intro in the beginning, but I'm a teacher, I'm a mom, I have 2 young kids, and I just love makeup. So if you like makeup, if you like to talk about makeup, if you love to have a good time, I would love to have you here. Molly, I am so glad that I got to collab with you. I can't wait to hear your take on these questions because I know a little bit that's in your collection, so I'm interested to hear your thoughts. But that is going to do it for this one. If you're into Vlogmas and daily uploads from now until Christmas, make sure you are subscribed. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.